Look at what USC's done in just a few years coming out of probation. 10 losses in 2 seasons, and then 10-2 last year, and they were one of the top 5 teams in the country coming down the stretch to a preseason #1 ranking this fall. Is Ohio State next? Mark Rogers TV on the 2012 Buckeyes, and we're just about a year and a half removed from Tattoo Gate, but the ramifications are being felt now. Coming off a 6-7 season, the Buckeyes' first losing campaign since 1988, 20 scholarship reductions, and of course the Buckeyes ineligible for postseason play this season. But make no mistake about it, Urban Meyer is forward thinking, and he will not allow this program to wallow in the circumstances. And he certainly is the right quarterback to be thinking about the future in sophomore Braxton Miller. As a freshman, yeah, he missed on a lot of throws, only hit 50%, but took care of the football. 13 touchdowns, just 4 picks. And he's the type dual threat quarterback that Urban Meyer loves. He doesn't have the wow factor or the swagger that Terrell Pryor brings, but he's actually better in a lot of ways. He's a better passer at this point of his career, and he's better in tight spaces. He's got quicker feet than Terrell Pryor. He's going to get better. The running game for Ohio State standards is borderline disaster. Jordan Hall, he's the best back, but he's out until October with an injured foot. He ran for just 400 yards last year, and think a poor man's Chris Rainey. He gets involved in the return game, short passes, and is the #1 option out of the backfield. Behind him, not a whole lot proven. Carlos Hyde ran for 566 and 6 touchdowns, and he is a monster in short yardage. Great back there, but is not a #1 guy, doesn't have the breakaway speed. Briante Dunn and Rod Smith are the future. Dunn's having some legal problems right now. The offensive line is an issue. 46 sacks, and sure, Braxton Miller held on to the ball way too often, too much. But in just 245 attempts, 46 sacks given up. And if you looked at the Michigan State in particular, the Buckeyes were manhandled at times up front. And the wide receivers, none caught more than 14 balls last year. So between Chris Fields and Devin Smith and Evan Spencer and Corey Brown, somebody's got to step up. Somebody has got to make plays. These guys were highly touted, highly recruited. Somebody's got to make some plays in the passing game and help out Braxton Miller. One guy that's almost definitely going to do that, you would think he's going to be Braxton Miller's security blanket, is tight end Jake Stoneburner, who caught just 14 but 7 touchdowns last year. Okay, turn the page and go to the defense. 9 starters back. Here are the stars. Jonathan Hankins up front. He's a monster at tackle. 11 tackles for loss. He will play on Sundays. John Simon, 7 sacks at linebacker. The top cover corner and one of the best in the country, emerging, Bradley Roby, as a freshman, came out of nowhere. He was not a big recruit, but he was all over the place. And safety, C.J. Barnett, with 75 stops to lead the team. The media says that Braxton Miller is the key to this team, but Braxton Miller's fine. He will be fine. He's good to go. These are the keys for the Buckeyes. The offensive line has got to get better. It's plodding right now. It's big and bulky and physical. Meyer wants to transform it into an athletic line that is mobile. He moved Reed Fragel from tight end to tackle to try to help in the process. Somebody's got to step up as a playmaker on offense, whether that's Jordan Hall or one of these many receivers. Somebody's got to be a playmaker for this offense that lacked it last season outside of Braxton Miller. And the defense is going to be good, no doubt, but it could be dominant for the Buckeyes this fall. So you've got no dominant team in the Big Ten, but Ohio State's on that level with Wisconsin, Michigan, and Michigan State. There is no best team in the Big Ten. Those 4 are going to vie for best spot in the Big Ten, although, of course, the Buckeyes cannot win the Big Ten championship. Would love to hear what you have to say about Ohio State and the Big Ten on Mark Rogers TV.